All right, Mr. Owen, let's talk about the Subaru. Okay, so here I am. There you are. Okay, look at those two tractors we fixed up. 1941 Oliver 60, 1948. This one had a seized engine. We got the engine unseized. They both run, start right up. Okay, so here's the Subaru engine that was in your parents' car. And I think what happened was from day one, you can see right here, this little blemish, and that blemish is between, there's a cast iron cylinder sleeve in here pressed into the aluminum. And I think we've got a crack right in there, or it's leaking there. And right here, I've got 4/1000ths of an inch warpage, and I checked that with a straight edge. I'll have to show you that later. But I've got the cylinder heads off on both sides. Here's one of the cylinder heads that I've got right here. And those are, then what I did was I went to the junkyard and bought another engine. And what I did was, this engine's a good engine. Its cylinder heads are over there. This is the block, and you can see I've cleaned the piston up. Those are all the parts right there for that engine. So what I'm going to do right now is come back over here, turn this engine around, and I'm going to clean up the other side. I'm going to show you how I do that. So we're going to clean up this side and get these pistons all clean. So I'm going to pause this. So what I'm going to do, Owen, is I'm going to go ahead and rotate the engine over. You can see it spinning over there. See the pistons moving up and down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clean this side up. So I'm going to move the block like this, and I'll get a can of chem tool, and I'm going to go ahead and move this guy twist all the way at the top of the cylinder. I'm going to go back just a little bit, right about there. I'll pause for a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this metal cleaner, which is called chem tool. Berryman's B12 chem tool. This stuff's amazing. It's a metal cleaner. I'm spraying it on a rag. The first thing I'm going to do is just kind of degrease the cylinder block and degrease this stuff. Just get all the oil off the surface. And I'll do this a couple of times. And I'll get this cleaned off. This is an oil feed tube here. So I like to keep any grit from going into that hole there. These two are head bolt holes, head bolt holes, head bolt holes. These are all water cavities. That's an oil drain back hole, oil drain back hole. That's pressurized oil going to the cylinder head, so we got to keep that one clean for sure. One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to take this brass toothbrush, and I'm going to clean off some of the carbon that's just up here at the top of the cylinder, and just kind of get this carbon off. And I can do that as well on the side of the piston. So I'm going to be real careful not to let the brush touch the aluminum. I'm just going to go around here on the piston. You can see it starting to clean up. Come over here. It's a little bit of tedious work. Cleaning is a lot of what we have to do in cars. Got to clean everything up really good. Get right here. I'm going to use what's called we call it a whizzy wheel. It's a little, basically what it is a Scotch-Brite pad. And clean this up just a little bit more. And because it's brass, it's soft, so it won't hurt, shouldn't hurt the piston aluminum or the block surface either. I'll go around like that. And I'm going to go ahead and take some more clean tool with the rag. And you can see what I did. I went around the outside diameter and kind of cleaned it up. Then I'm going to take this whizzy wheel, and it's got a Scotch-Brite pad on it, right like this, and use compressed air. Pause for a moment. I took a couple of drops of air tool oil and put it right in there where the air goes. Now I'm going to grab the air hose, and I'm going to start cleaning this up. do is I'm going to get a new Scotch-Brite to clean this up, and then I'll go further. So I won't bore you with the whole thing. I'll come back and show it to you in just a little bit. So check this out with a new wheel on it. Works a lot better. Okay, so now you can see I got them both cleaned off, and they're looking pretty good. So my next step is I'm going to kind of take a special sander to this and just clean the surface.